Not gonna lie, coffee has gotten a little bit cold this morning. What's up guys, it's your boy Thomas, and today we are taking a look at the Supreme Week 9 drop list, talking about everything coming out, what I predict will resell, the flops of the week, and much more. So be sure to stick around to the end of the video so you get all the information regarding this week in Supreme. Before we get started today guys, remember to hit like on the video and subscribe to the channel. We are on our way to 3,000 subscribers, and we've also had memberships enabled on this channel. So if you want to support, get a exclusive icon in the chat, some other benefits included down below, hit that join button and join the SupThomas community. Anyway, full drop list for Supreme Week 9 by our boy Supreme Drops. Love to see it. We have everything outlined right here. Some interesting things coming out this week include the spring tees, which are okay. We have this Margaret Keane collaboration, which I think will be pretty divisive, though I do think there is one item out of all of them that stands above the rest. UGK drop this week as well with the 5-panel and the sweatshirt. Some actually pretty cool tracksuits and the Roland synthesizer and composer. Let's take a look at the spring tees over on Supreme.com. Here we are, the Supreme spring tees. Supreme will release 8 new graphic t-shirts available April 11th in the US and in Asia April 13th. Bada bing, here's the first one right here. We got Supreme 1994. This logo right here, Supreme Records with the 3 stars on the S. That's cool. This guy is kind of crazy. This is probably my favorite one out of them all. The Electronic Brainiology, I think it is. Kind of a crazy logo. Underground Kings. So there is a UGK t-shirt for all those UGK fans. Super tight. We got the parental advisory logo too, and a Supreme logo. That's kind of neat. This guy right here, I think it's called the Tunnel t-shirt. It's okay, nothing too special. The Margaret Keane design, which is kind of creepy, but there is actually a Supreme Drops thread I want to briefly go over, describing the Margaret Keane drop and kind of its relevancy and importance. This is the Sex Appeal tee, I believe. Kind of common for Supreme in the springtime to drop like a sexy themed shirt. I don't know. They always seem to like to do it. This one right here, just a classic Supreme logo shirt. You can't really go wrong with this guy right here. Kind of unobtrusive, really, what's to say? It's a Supreme logo on a green t-shirt. Then we got pictures of the teardrop tee right here with that Margaret Keane artwork. The paint tee, I hope that has a back hit, probably does. Yep, the Supreme 994. Actually not a bad shirt. We got the paint splatters right there by Josh Smith. This is the Pinline shirt. I think this will be pretty cool in multiple different colors, not too bad. UGK shirt, the super tight tee for all those UGK fans. I think this will be a huge one for certain people. The Supreme electromagnetic tee. This is my favorite one, artwork by Lu Yang. Kind of an insane like 3D graphic right there. Supreme Brainiology, and then the kanji right there is pretty cool. The Supreme Tunnel, not too much to say about this guy. Does have a Supreme logo right there and some text at the bottom. The Supreme Records tee. This one's kind of ugly, brown and yellow. And then the Collage tee, not Sex Appeal. Okay, it's the Collage tee, and this is original artwork by the Women's History Museum. So big one for the feminists. All right, now we're here on Supreme Community, who has acquired the drop list and organized it, and people can vote on it. And the highest rated item currently is the Supreme Roland synthesizer, which is a compact portable synth module based on the Juno 60 and Juno 06 something right there. Specific numbers and units, you guys can read that. It's very technical. I have no idea if this thing is going to do incredible numbers or just kind of sit around on the site. I kind of have the feeling that these will actually sell out and potentially resell, just for the fact that DJ equipment and stuff, it is kind of cool to have this. This is probably going to go for people that are like maybe starting out or decent local level DJs. I really don't have a whole lot of understanding of that scene, so I'm sure a lot of people in the comments will correct me. Maybe this is one of the worst synths out there. I did hear that it is a mini version of a bigger one that is actually not too bad, and I think Roland is a solid brand. I'm out of my depth on this one. I would not get this. If you don't know how to use this thing, I probably wouldn't gamble on a resell. Same thing with the Rhythm Composer. This is a compact drum machine with a sequencer and all this stuff, LED display, super cool. This is one of those machines that when I see people using this, I'm like, what are they doing? There's way too many knobs on this thing, but I bet this would be super cool to play around with. I've kind of been into music production in the past. I never really got into it. I kind of prefer the artistic expression of video creation and graphic design, but I know for a lot of people, just making beats is super sick, and to see this one by Supreme is kind of neat. This one isn't as cool, smaller Supreme logo compared to the big one on the synth. Cotton Utility Anorak is next. Anoraks usually do fairly well, though it is beginning to get warmer in a lot of different places, which I have been saying for months now. I think this one is super clean, this patchwork purple. This was also featured in the preview, so I think this one out of all of them will do the best, probably will resell in larger sizes. We have these cool back pockets that you don't see too often. If I'm correct, yeah, that's what it looks like. Pretty dope. Gold one isn't terrible, and the black one is pretty clean and a safe bet, but I think if you want to resell, maybe go for that purple. Estimated retail price on this puppy is $178. And I didn't mention it, but the synths are in that like $500, $600, $700 for the synth right there, which is pretty expensive. Pinline tee, we've already looked at the t-shirts, so I won't click on every single one. These are probably gonna be, yeah, 40 to 48 bucks, depending on how much graphics are on there. And the Margaret Keane one is kind of licensed artwork, so that is $8 more expensive. The Curve track jacket, I think, is the sleeper item of the week. It is water resistant Supplex nylon, which probably isn't too terrible to wear in the springtime. I think this could be a nice early morning jacket, maybe a jogging fit. This one is my absolute favorite, with the white and black with the purple lilac right there. Super dope. I love this shape right here. Kind of reminds me of some of the designs that Palace usually does for their tracksuits, and I think the fact that it comes with a matching pair of shorts right here is pretty dope. $168 for the top, $110 for the shorts. And speaking of the shorts, they are actually up next right here. We have, I guess you can't see all those in that picture when I blow it up like that, but there you go. With this colorway right here, we got this kind of tan sand with aqua and brown. I really don't know which colorways will do the best. Like I said, my favorite one is that white and black and lilac, but I could also see maybe this one doing pretty well. I don't really know, kind of dealer's choice with that one. The painters are at it again, folks. We have more all cotton 14-ounce denim with jacquard woven patterns and more double knee painter pants. If you missed out on any of the other Supreme jeans that came out this year, well, here you go. You got these zebra ones are kind of crazy. In the past, I would say these ones wouldn't do as well, but lately the colored and super crazy jeans like the Toy Machine leopard pants actually did super well. So maybe the zebras are the one to go for on this one, but I'm not really a big jean aficionado. $168 is that estimated retail. Gonna skip down to the cotton cinch pants, basically just a matching set from the tops we looked at earlier. Same 3 colorways. I like this guy the most. I would probably even cop these pants before I would cop the top, because these could go with a lot of different items. I don't know, pretty cool, unique pair of pants you could add to your wardrobe, and price on those is $148. All right, next t-shirts we have are the small box tees coming back with a vengeance. These aren't too crazy. We really know what to expect with the small box tees. You get like 7 or 8 different colors. The pattern this time is this snake shirt. I don't think snakeskin really does as well unless it's on like bags or maybe pants or shorts, but a tee, I just don't really see this guy selling out. Small box stuff, always kind of a personal pickup. Not a lot of resale potential in these ones. UGK hooded sweatshirt, brushback fleece with a screen printed design. I think this will definitely resell. A lot of UGK fans out there. I'm not really one of them. I listen to some UGK. I like Bum B and his work, but I was never like a die-hard fan listening to their first tracks. Little before my time in rap, but still an absolutely iconic rap duo. So it is really neat that we get to see this collaboration with Supreme. I'm not gonna touch it though, but if you wanna go for it, I say go for it. Probably the best colorway of this is the black one. I think it's definitely the cleanest. Another potential sleeper right here, it's the loose fit short sleeve denim painter shirt. You could really get yourself a little Bob Ross fit here, guys, this week. You get this guy with the other painter pants, and that's a Supreme Bob Ross cosplay outfit. I'm just saying, I'm throwing out this advice free of charge. You don't even need to be a member to get that. I think this guy is totally 90s cool. This is your cool shop teacher from back in the day. You knew that he smoked weed. He probably knew that you knew he smoked weed, but no one talked about it because he was chill as fuck and he let you hang out. This is that type of shirt right here. You got your hammer loop right there. I really dig this piece, this colorway in particular. The pink one is kind of dope too, but the denim one for me is absolutely the best. I think this will sell out and could actually be a sleeper pick, maybe in the larger sizes. But yeah, I would definitely pick this up if you're looking for a short sleeve denim shirt in your collection. And it's not even on the Supreme Drops drop list, which is interesting, but it is shown here on Supreme Community, so I assume it's coming out. Leopard Velvet Camp Cap is next. I don't think this one's it. This is like kind of cringe. This is like party rock anthem circa 2012 type shit. Maybe an ironic, funny pickup, but I wouldn't really grab this unless you really like leopard print. Something about the glitteriness to it. I wouldn't really be caught dead wearing this. Maybe get it for your lady or something like that. But yeah, not really my style at all. I don't think these will resell. They might sell out potentially in like the black colorway or even this one right here. I really don't know, but I can't give any advice on copping this to flip. UGK 5 panel is next. I think this guy will definitely sell out with the other UGK drop, the t-shirt and the sweatshirt. I'm not sure which colorway is the best. I'm kind of gravitating towards this like maroon one right here. I think with the maroon and gold is my high school alumni colors too. That's kind of cool. But the blue one is just, it's too contrasting for me. I'd say either the black or the maroon. I don't know how much these would flip floor. Probably not as much as the sweatshirts in terms of profits on the secondary market. Somehow skipped this, but the Margaret Keane teardrop short sleeve work shirt is next. And I will be covering the Margaret Keane drop at the very end of the video. So if you want to check that out, be sure to stick around to the end. This is the one piece from this collection that I think could actually do something on the secondary, and I could totally be wrong, but I actually do like the front of this short sleeve work shirt. It's got the Supreme as like a quasi name tag, like inspired by that. You'd see people in various jobs, blue collar jobs, like a mechanic, that have their name right there. It says Supreme instead. I think it's really cool. I always like when they do that for the design. I think this blue one with the gold teardrop is kind of cool. It might be kind of creepy for some people. I don't know. It's really up to you. I think it could resell, but if I'm wrong, it is only $148 for a work shirt for Supreme. That's not too bad. I would not cop it if you weren't willing to rock it or potentially hold it long term. But those are my thoughts on the teardrop Margaret Keane tee. Couple more items left. We have the teardrop tee from the spring tees, and then we have a couple skateboards. Let's get those two open right there. And then the all over print best friends tee. This guy, kind of creepy with the little dog, but we do have the Margaret Keane signature on the top of the skateboard. It's pretty cool. I don't know if this will sell out. It might. It'll eventually go off the site, so this will eventually go up in price, but I wouldn't say this has a ton of resale potential right off the rip. If anything, this does have a Supreme hit on it, so maybe if you cop the set and wanted to hold it long term, if you're a skate deck collector, maybe you could risk it. $60 for skateboards is usually the price. $78 on this one because it's a collab, so that's actually a little bit more tough with that higher price point. But then the best friends all over print tee, I don't think this one is really it. It could be kind of a random sleeper. Maybe they don't make a ton of them, but that's the only way I could see this guy reselling, is if the quantity is super low. Okay, here is the thread by Supreme Drops, the story of Margaret Keane, which is really interesting. She was known for her interesting work with these characters, with these big eyes and like teardrops, but it's super crazy. She was this American painter known for this style. Even though her career was interesting and ordinary, her story is actually pretty sad. Basically, when she met and married her new husband, Walter, he began selling her paintings and taking credit for the artwork, which is crazy. It lasted for decades. He would go to exhibits and attempted to participate in the World's Fair in 1964, which, by the way, is the World's Fair still going on? I haven't heard about that thing in a freaking minute. But anyway, after 20 years, Margaret basically went on a radio show and said, hey, this is my art. My husband's been taking credit for my work, but there was supposed to be a paint-off between Margaret and Walter. I mean, this is crazy, a paint-off. And Walter didn't show up. Come on, Walter, you're too scared. In '86, she sued her ex-husband. I guess they got divorced, makes sense. He tried to steal her, well, he stole her art for so many years. It got widespread attention, and there was that unusual request was by the judge for the painting contest, which is nuts. The judge tasked them with painting a big-eyed character to demonstrate who actually was the creator of the artwork, and then Walter declined and said, "Oh, my shoulder hurts, I can't," like the biggest fake injury ever. And then after a 3-week trial, Margaret emerged victorious in court, which is pretty cool, super crazy. The artwork, basically, in her years living in her husband's shadow, depicted melancholic children in dark settings, which is kind of dark. She went to Hawaii after her divorce and pursued a brighter life with more joyful themes in her artwork. Her work's been featured in various films, and her story was adapted by Tim Burton in the movie Big Eyes. I didn't even know that. So go check out Big Eyes if you want to learn more about the Margaret Keane drop. And again, here is the entire drop of all the Margaret Keane stuff. So while it might not be as appealing as some other collabs in the past, I think it's still really important to talk about these stories and understand where these artists have come from so we can better appreciate their work and understand why Supreme has collaborated with them. But that is going to do it for this week, guys. What items are you looking forward to copping this week? Me personally, I might actually target that Margaret Keane short sleeve work shirt. I don't know. I'm kind of hit or miss on it. Like, I might go for it. If anything else, though, I really like the matching nylon tracksuit with the shorts. I think that's super sick. UGK drop is decent for the UGK fans. But overall, I could definitely see you wanting to maybe skip this week and wait for more designs and stuff to come out in the later weeks. We still have summer tees coming out later this year, Ducati collab, plenty of other stuff from the preview and lookbook. But there are definitely some decent items coming out this week. Not really the biggest fan of the spring tees in all honesty, but still $40 Supreme shirts aren't too bad. We have the small boxes as well. And then of course the high level musical instruments of the Roland collab. But that's going to do it for today, guys. It's been your boy Thomas. Remember to like the video and subscribe. And I'm out. Peace.